We'll move on to our next speaker.
Our next speaker is Amitabh Muhanty from DuPont Pioneer. His presentation is on transgenic and CRISPR-Cas approaches to improving the grain yield of maize under drought stress conditions. Welcome, Mr. Amitabh.
Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here, and I wanted to thank the organizers for this opportunity. And I have a small clarification for those of you who are looking for Jeff Harvin. Jeff could not be here for some reason, and so I am standing by for him. So what I am to talk today to you is the advances that we have made with CRISPR-Cas enabled advanced breeding to get some drought tolerance in corn. We have earlier shown that a class of protein which are negatively regulators for ethylene pathway can lead to drought tolerance, and because of the short duration of the talk, I don't have the time to go to details, but what we have already shown, this particular gene Argos, it's a negative regulator of ethylene perception pathway, and ultimately it leads to drought tolerance. What is Argos? Argos 8 is a transmembrane protein. Okay, it has got two transmembrane domain. There is a loop there which is a proline rich loop, and as I said, we have a couple of papers that you could see. We have described all the details in these two papers. So earlier we have demonstrated that if you overexpress Argos protein under drought condition, you can get more than 5.2 bushel per acre of yield increase, whereas under normal condition you get about 4 bushel per acre more yield. This is what we have shown earlier, right? This is under high drought stress and this is under low drought stress. So what we did subsequently is depicted in the next few slides. So we made two versions. So the transgenic work that I showed earlier was done with a promoter which is a moderately constitutive promoter. So in this particular case, what we did, we made two versions of this particular promoter. So with CRISPR-Cas, so CTS is nothing but CRISPR target site. In this particular case, we have this site which we designed for cutting with the CRISPR, and these are the homology arms. So one of the possibility is that we drop in this GOS2 promoter at this site. So you can see the structure of the gene in this particular region. This is Argos promoter, which is a naturally native one presenting there. We are dropping in a GOS2 promoter, which is again a maize promoter into this site. Because as you know that I described earlier, that we have demonstrated that if you do the GOS2 promoter driven Argos2, you get yield increase under drought condition as well as normal condition. So this is one of the version where we have dropped in this GOS2 promoter next to the GOS2 gene. I'm sorry, next to the Argos gene. There is another version that we made which is a slightly different way. So we replace the native Argos gene promoter with a GOS2 promoter. So this is what we call as version 1. This is called as version 2. And you could see the technical differences. This is basically here one site is modified. In the other case, there are two sites that needs to be modified. So you need to have homology dependent recombination in both the cases. Here are the results for both the cases. As you can see that we bombarded about more than 1,000 embryos. We regenerated these plants. In the first case, you could see that we have HR1 and HR2 junction positives. Both the junction positive, roughly about 1% efficiency we could get these plants. Interestingly, when we analyze these plants, so here I want to introduce one more concept. So plants like the plant breeders have used allelic variation for multiple years, and thanks for the excellent talk in the morning which explained about some of the allelic variation. So when we analyze the expression of this particular gene under normal condition, you can see right from V3 throughout this stage to 20-day DAP seed condition is relatively very low in this particular line, right? We have analyzed about 400 different accessions, that we have, and we found in general there is not much allelic variation for this particular gene, right? Whereas the CRISPR variant that we generated, both of them, Argos variant 1 as well as 2, you could see was able to increase the expression quite a bit all across. It's when you say that this is not a drastic expression high, but it's a moderate expression, but it is still much more than the native condition. And you could see what is the result in the next slide. So under both, it's tough to manage to talk and manage to two of the pointers. So as you can see here, both for the version 1 as well as version 2, under drought condition, we get more than 5.2 bushel per acre. And if you remember the transgenic work that I showed in the early part, that also had similar yield benefit, under drought condition. Interestingly, under optimal condition also there is slight increase, but it's not statistically significant. But there is no yield penalty, right? You get more yield in both the cases. So I hope I'm able to show to you that this is a newer way of doing precise breeding. We have used CRISPR-Cas to modify a native gene in the native context and able to impart drought tolerance. So maize has about 32,000 genes. So that gives us opportunity to edit and modify gene in the native context, leading to new allelic variations, which we could use for our breeding program for yield improvement. I hope I was able to show you that we are able to very precisely edit Argos 8 gene, leading to yield potential, yield increase. We altered the expression of the native Argos, with the native gene. Again, I want to emphasize that point. These are maize gene in maize, and we know this that the translocation of genes from one chromosome to another chromosome has happened multiple times. And if you look into the disease resistance gene, they have been transposed from one position to another position multiple times. And in many cases, it's not the complete gene, sometimes a partial gene, sometimes a full gene, leading to allelic variation. This is another way of creating allelic variation, but the good part is that this is a much more precise way of generating that allelic variation for our breeding program. I hope you saw the field testing result that it shows that there is increased grain yield for these variants under drought stress, and there is no yield penalty under well water condition. With that, I would like to thank all of you for your attention, and thank you to my pioneer colleague. I see Mark sitting there, Kalra, Dave, Charlie, who were part of this study, and some of my colleagues from DKC also. Yeah, thank you so much.
You finished very quickly, so we could handle one quick question to Dr. Mohanty. Nobody? Yes, the lady, please.
Hi. I just wonder, did you see any difference between the native Agro 8 overexpression and there are two variants in terms of yield?
So yes, in the native one, there is no increase in yield, right? That's there in most of the germplasm. And as I showed you with the RNA expression data, the expression of the native gene is very low, right? In this particular case, with a moderately constitutive promoter GOS2, we are able to elevate the expression, which leads to the higher increase, higher expression, leading to yield increase. So it does not regulate the native one in any way. Thank you. Yes, please.
Thank you. That's